All right, folks, welcome back to the Knives Fast channel. It is time for a review of a knife from White Mountain Knives. This is the Reate PL-XT. Let's see if you can see that here. PL-XT Pivot Lock, of course, blue G10, Nitro V, black PVD coating, a Reate budget knife. Guys, you are watching the Knives Fast channel. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you're new here, hang out. We have a lot of fun. And guys, this is a really cool knife to check out. But check me out over on Instagram at Knives Fast and a Monday night live stream, KF Live, Mondays at 7:45 p.m. Eastern. Let's clear some stuff off, except I want to say White Mountain Knives, I'm an affiliate, and if you use code Knives Fast at checkout, you get 10% off on most items, including this beauty. Now, I will tell you, off the top, sadness, these are currently out of stock, but you can put your email address in on White Mountain's site. I will have a link down below, and he will notify you when they're back in. Now, these were $117, and with that $10 off, that makes this a heck of a deal. Now, what you have to understand is what we're dealing with here is a pivot lock. Oh, come on. All right, let's move a couple things. Focus is not happy. All right, here we go. Is a pivot lock. So that means your lock is this button right on the pivot. Now, it is just like a button lock, like a plunge, basically. So when you flip it out, that button protrudes now. It was pretty much even when we're closed. It's pretty close to even here, but of course you can push it the rest of the way, and now that blade is free. You can see there, so you can flip that up like so. But again, when it's open, you now have a protruding button, and when you want to close it, you just push, oh, I must have hit the lock. I did hit the lock. You push the button and she closes. Now, what I just showed you on accident is the lock. When you hit that lock, you do get some wiggle, but you cannot close the knife. The lock does not work while it is open, okay? Closed. Wow. That was great. So it is basically a button lock. You can see we can get into a little fidgety rhythm here. We'll talk about a couple things in relation to that in a moment. But first of all, you do have blue G10 contoured scales. They made a bunch of different versions of these. Now, while this is not available at White Mountain, and I always say them first when he sends me knives, you might be able to find these elsewhere. I saw a fancier version in red and black at Crane's Cutlery. But again, if you want the budget version like this, definitely sign up at White Mountain Knives. Now, you have a not deep carry loop over pocket clip, but it does carry plenty thin in the pocket and down far enough for me to be able to grab it out and still have it low enough. It is reversible with a filler tab. Gotta love it. There is no lanyard hole or loop. Sorry, lanyard dudes and ladies. You do have black hardware. You do have speed holes with a black liner underneath, and that is your weight reduction, and very nicely done indeed. Now, you do have one screw holding the clip, but again, it is down in there. You have the same screw on the other side. Your back spacer does have some really cool texturing or jimping across there. Your liner does stand proud a little bit, so shadow boxing for sure. Now, very contoured and very chamfered, okay? I will say this guy is a thick boy. We have talked a million times about the Ontario Rat 1 being thick. Well, this guy's got it beat. This is a thick knife. Let's just do this as close as I can here. My calipers are broken. We are, I would say, 0.6 on the thickness. Clip is good in and out of the pocket. No issues there. Decent clip. All right, so let's open it up. Now, that thickness in the hand and the contouring, to me, results in a really nice feel in the hand. And what I do is I kind of put my back part of my hand up a little bit. And by doing that, that clip falls right in here. Now, if you try to grip it like you normally would, that clip right there definitely hits you, okay? But if you sort of relax it into the middle of your palm, which, by the way, is just really good for cutting, okay? Let's see what we got here. This guy is really thick stock. If you look at it, we'll talk in the specs about what it is. It's thick stock. It does have a swedge here on this drop point that gets you down a little bit. But guys, for how thick it is, this guy's a cutter. It really, really is. I'm very impressed with that. Now, black wash blade, Reate logo there, Nitro V over here. You sort of have a choke up point here, but I would be careful. It is very small, so you need to trigger and stay back like this. There is no jimping up here. Well, I mean, there's 3 little dots right there. So if you're choked way back like this, fine. Really, where I'm landing is here, and that's that. Now, one of my points that I haven't really heard another reviewer say is these studs are kind of sharp. They're down low, so you kind of got to get into them like this. And after a few times flicking, you can definitely feel, it's not terrible. I mean, it's not like I'm crying or dying or anything. Just needs to be rounded off a little bit better, in my opinion. You can see there, definitely digging in a little bit. 4-finger grip, but just. My pinky kind of goes over the edge of this, but it's not bad. I mean, it feels fine there, and if you choke up just a little bit, it's definitely 4 fingers faux show. So very cool. Now we are dead center, and we are coming way out to the end, but it is protected by the back spacer. When you're open, guys, this is the most impressive part of this whole thing. It is locked up like a tank. At least my version is. And again, if you put the lock in, yeah, it doesn't really make a difference, but now you can't close it. I will say, if you want to see a disassembly of this, go over to Lefty EDC's channel. He did one. It did not look fun. It is on bearings. It is a crazy mechanism, and you should see it. Basically, if you unscrew this, the spring is right under there, and there are only a few threads holding this guy in. So you really need to keep the Loctite they have in there intact, or put some on yourself, or you're going to loosen that and it's going to shoot out. But yeah, go check out his disassembly. I will not be doing one, okay? Again, great action in my book. I'm impressed, and this blue color, to me, is one of the best looking blues I've seen in a while. I like the lighter blues better, really, in actuality, but it's beautiful. I mean, and you get the banding of the contoured G10, which I love. You know that. We've talked about that 100 times, which is one of the 1,000 reasons I like contoured scales. You can see it's even a little bit smaller than the Rat 2, and it's quite a bit smaller than the Rat 1, okay? So there you go on that. Let's go through the specs, okay? Again, these are 117. When they come back in stock at White Mountain Knives, you can use my code and get 10% off at checkout, and that will get you, I mean, with code KnivesFast. Wow, Casey. 4.4 ounces. I don't find that bad. Again, I know a lot of talk has been made about the thickness of the scales. To me, if you hold the knife where it's comfortable, which is like this to me, it doesn't feel all that thick. But yeah, it is thick. Nitro V 0.154, so again, not super thin on the blade thickness. It is 6.9 inches overall, 3.9 close, 3-inch blade length, PVD finish, G10 handle, and again, it's a pivot lock. So really, really interesting. And guys, Justin is so kind, and that's in direct result of you guys using my code so much over there. You guys use my code a ton at White Mountain Knives. Last I talked to Justin, mine was way up there with people who used codes over there. You guys use mine a lot, and that is a huge way to support the channel, because then when I reach out to Justin and go, hey, I want to see X knife, he's really willing to hook me up. So definitely keep checking him out, guys. I don't get a commission or anything, but this is my commission. The ability to just email him and he drops knives in the mail. Huge deal for my channel, because sometimes it gets thin around here and Justin hooks a brother up. So really cool. I'll be shipping this back to him now, and hopefully you'll have more of these soon. So like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this guy, and thank you for watching the Knives Fast channel, guys.